What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Our camels are suffering as much as we can get them. So I did actually end up setting up a second ritual down here. I don't know if it's actually working the way it's supposed to because I don't really see any difference. And I have also set up a black hole tank for our blood to go into when we're not actually using it. As you can see, we've got 15.7 million life essence in there. I think we're good for the moment. I've got this altar up here, upgraded. I think I still need some more of these displacement runes, but those take ages for me to get because of the ethereal slates. But it's functional. And I've stuck our orb up here for now. But that was our mess for last time. I have not made the third altar yet. It is still just these two. But as you can see, I have cleaned up our rooms. I don't think there's anything below yet, so when we get there, we'll get there. Today, we are setting up our other blood magic automation, which is Will. And in order to do so, we need a whole bunch more ritual stones. I have not done any real automations or anything since last time. Literally the only thing I've done since last time is play with that altar. So I have done nothing else. I've been distracted with other stuff lately. But we need, I want to say it's about 100 of these ritual stones. That'd be what, six crafts of these? A lot of imbued slates. These dark cores, I don't have stuff made for them yet, so we need a stack. No. It said 6. I need 24 tenebrae. Can I make that much? I can. Sweet. And I need 18 void reagents. Those ones aren't that bad. Yeah. But if we get all this done properly, this will mean no more of this setup. This thing can go away. This is working to make intensive catalyst because I haven't. I will probably be working on automations and stuff between videos this time, and this will be where tier 4 goes. You can see I've already got the drawers for them. I just don't actually have any of them. Actually, I do have some tenebrae. Well, the will, on the other hand, is a bit of a problem, and I'm going to have to refill this. Yeah, we've got our tenebrae. Do I have enough will? I'm gonna have to get more will anyways, because this is... we're gonna need to fill all of these gems up. But this should be enough for us to get all of our stuff. And I'll go fill up our gems between sections. Hey, as for our dark cores, we need a bunch of these empty cores. Or about a stack of them. I feel bad doing that, but at the same time I don't. That should give us our 6 dark cores to make all of our ritual stones. That's 1 stack plus 32. And some of those are going to become master ritual stones because I need 2 of these for certain. And I think that's everything we need. I think the actual count is only 88 of these ritual stones, but I had included what I needed for the master stones. I realized I had some in there still, so Hey, we have some extras. But next things we're going to need is some form of mob reduction. Now, I am going to just simply, if I can learn to spell. I am going to make a drop of evil and put some cursed earth down there. Now, how big I'm going to make this and how I'm going to position it, I haven't decided yet, because this thing is not an even size. And our structures are all even dimensions. Yeah. But I need to extend our area here down. Sure. As you can see, I've got plenty of space for stuff, so if I think I should be able to stick all the Hellfire Forge stuff on this floor. There's only 2 tiers here and 2 tiers over here. Or I can try to cram them all into one wall. I don't know. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet. I didn't even think about it, but we also need a couple other things as well. We need the stuff from the quest, which is a crucible. We need 5 demon crucibles. We need a demon crystallizer, which all of these annoyingly take Hellfire Forges and cores. This potency core, I think, is used in all of them. Oh no, it's just the crystallizer. Okay, so we have our potency core to let us make our demon crucible. Or our demon crystallizer, sorry. And the demon crucible requires the defensive cores, which I should have everything for. I don't know how much of the neutral reagent I have, but we need 5 of these. And that gives us our demon crucibles. Not entirely sure what I did with them, but I guess I could just make some more. Since Synthesite Forges are the only thing that might be a problem. I just realized this entire time I've been recording in the wrong aspect ratio. Oh well, we fixed it. For our ritual to work, we're going to need to set up an area for some mobs to spawn. So, platform, bunch of grass on it, and then we start setting up our actual rituals. We're going to have 2 rituals here. The lower one of these is going to be Gathering of the Forsaken Souls. And the upper one is going to be Resonance of the Faceted Crystal, if I'm remembering that correctly. Once you have these 2 rituals set up, you are going to activate both of them. It doesn't take a huge amount of life essence to do so. But then our final step for our will farm over here is going to be activating our Cursed Earth. Okay, we have our rituals placed, and we have our mob stuff placed. This is going to dump into a trash can when I have it set up. Because in order to do so, we have to do 2 things real quick. One of them is we need our Awakened Activation Crystal. And I can pop this off real quick. We can activate that one. So this is running the Gathering of the Forsaken Souls, which damages the mobs down there, which essentially just keeps this whole system running. I don't know all the specific details. I just know it works. And up here, for the moment, we have our... Oh, these runes are not configured correctly. So, I was just missing these 4 blocks around the outer edge. This is going to be the Resonance of the Faceted Crystal. We're going to go ahead and activate that. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our Demon Crystallizer right here. But now we need to take our 5 Demon Crucibles. They're just going to go right here for the moment. And we're going to feed a full common Tartaric gem into each of them. And we should see something appear on top of here. Hey, there we go! There's our first crystal being created. Demon Will Crystal Cluster. And as far as I know, this is just... I think it's called like Steadfast Will. There's nothing actually to it. And if you're wondering why I have this set offset slightly, I'll have explained it in my time lapse. I haven't actually recorded my audio for that yet. I didn't mention it before, so I'm mentioning it now. I actually do have this stuff offset because, as I mentioned earlier, our builds are even numbered dimensions, and this entire ritual is an odd size, so I can't actually center it inside my structure. That being said, we are also offsetting it so that we can have other items in the room with this if needed. But this is what we want. On each of these different colored runes, ritual stones that you see below, they are tied to a specific type of demon will. So in these cases, we have, I think it's destructive, corrosive. I have no idea what they are. So let's see, green is corrosive, yellow is destructive, red is vengeful, and purple is steadfast. And the one on the center thing is just demon will. These are what we want. So I'm going to wait for it to get all of these together, because we have to wait for them to be completely full. I think it's 7 points each. And then this all gets to change. I need to grab a couple of things while we're waiting, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I have the other stuff we need, and it looks like all of our crystals are good here, which means now we can collect them. And with that, we are officially done with this ritual. This is a nice tool to have. It's called a ritual disassembler. And with, as you saw there, 2 clicks, it gets rid of everything. Now we start getting into the fun part where we need to be able to set up where this is actually going to be producing our will crystals. I don't think it actually needs all of these here. We are going to need all of these in the end of it, but for the moment, we do not need the rest of them. If you'll remember, these crystals were what we needed to make something. I don't think it was that one. It was these ones. Yeah, these angelic silicon crystal mixtures. So we need the destructive, vengeful, and steadfast wills to make those, and in order to get more of them, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to make these will crystals with 100 will, and I have to make some greater tartaric gems to do it. Because the ones we have don't hold enough, annoyingly. But we're also going to change out the ritual to a different one. And the one we're going to change it out to, after I really quickly put down some drawers. And we'll go ahead and we'll just stick this like right here. We're going to put one in each of these drawers. And where is this? So I can get my key to lock them. There we go. Now we'll have those. What we're going to do here is we can essentially cover all this up because this is irrelevant now. But what we need to do is come down here. This is where it gets tricky. Is we're going to place right there. Yeah, y'all can blow yourselves up. Crack of the fractured crystal is the one we want. Now, I need to get this to build. Would y'all leave me alone for 2 minutes? I think it's built. Or am I out of ritual stones? Is that it? Oh, you know what it is? That's what it is. Okay, let's come back right here where we can actually get to it. Oh, not that. That. And now it's activated. Rush of energy flows through you. I'll go ahead and close these off the way they're supposed to be. And this is one of the only places in my base where my floor is actually solid. And that's because I'm going to end up running a whole bunch of conduits through the floor here. Okay, so conduits will end up running right there, and we're going to put a range collector in the floor right there. And the reason it's a range collector is because we want a filter on it. We're going to put one of each in the filter. There we go. Now, if you're wondering why I have everything offset slightly, not actually like attempting to center it in the room, now is where we start to understand why. And this is something that I find a little reasonable, but not unrealistic. So I need to get 4 of each of these. And I may actually end up needing more. What do I need for a greater Tartaric gem? Demon Will Crystal. With the gem, a large bloodstone tile, and a potency core. I'm gonna test something here. I hope it works. Ah, it does! Okay, that's gonna save me a lot of crafting for the moment. Okay, I should have everything here. If I put in common Tartaric gem, Demon Will Crystal, Bloodstone tile, and a potency core. And of course, it pulls the partial one. And none of these things full. There we go. And now I'm just going to take all of these. And let's take our new greater Tartaric gem. And we'll stick everything in there. Now, the way this should work, as long as I put these in here. Yeah, we're going to get 1 of each of these. And if we do this right, we won't have to do this again. At this point in the setup, I made a mistake here. Very easy to make, but easy to fix. When you are done making the crystal clusters in your Hellfire Forge, remove the gem. When you start the setup to actually, I don't know how you would call it, rotate the clusters and stuff through the crucibles, the gem up here will absorb the will in your chunk, which essentially breaks your cycle. I didn't do that. I left the gem. It killed our cycle later. Remember for yourself, remove the gem. It'll save yourself a whole mess of time that I had to go back and redo everything to get the clusters again. There we go. One, two, three, 4, and 5. Now I've placed our crucibles over here like this, and we're gonna we're actually gonna mirror it across. Let's go ahead and put just Demon Will Cluster right here. Actually, before we do that, I need to set up our filters. So the reason these are set up like this is because what we're going to end up doing is we're going to be farming these. And we're going to get more out of them than we put back into the chunks. And the way it works is that you get these from growing these crystals that we have. Specifically, this one would be the Demon Will Crystal Cluster. As it grows, it's going to absorb the will in the chunk with the rituals below us, and it's going to grow these, which it will pop off when it is full. The range collector will collect it, put it into the drawers, and we're going to pull from the drawers into each of these crucibles, one for each type. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put this my ritual not active anymore? Crack of the fractured crystal. Oh, it put it on the wrong freaking one. Oh, you stupid. Also, I found out I can put both the things in here. I should be able to activate you. Okay, there we go. Now they're actually working. Go ahead and put you there. You there. Out of curiosity, how are we looking in our pool? Yeah, we're kind of stable. Hurting from all the activations, but we're stable. Anyways. So, let's set up our filters on these. And the way they are on the wall isn't really going to matter. The way we're going to end up doing this is going to be just grab one and put it in the filter over here. So if I can, there we go, I can stand right here and I might be able to reach most of them. What we're going to do is we're going to set brown. We're going to give each one of them a filter for a specific type. We give you Demon Will Cluster. And insert. And now, you'll see it hold him? But we're going to put this right here. So as long as there is will in the chunk, and there is a item we could make for the quest called the Demon Will Gauge, or the Demon Will Aura Gauge. Not super expensive, just kind of annoying to make. I don't think I have a conduit probe anywhere. And as long as these rituals are active and we have will to burn, which is essentially these going into these guys, which it should be. Yeah, let's set up another one. So it's gonna go here and something I learned while doing some testing and everything is that it has to actually be over the ritual. Oh, you know what it was? I hate myself because of this. Pretty sure that pulled all of the will out of the chunk. Oh, that's gonna be such a pain. I have to go through that whole process to get the will thing again. Because I need these to be able to make that, which I just broke it, which absorbed it into here, put it into there, and then put it back into there. Well, it's back in the chunk. Let's set up the other ones while we're working here, and I'll go find some way of getting that other one. I think technically, can I get it from this? I don't know. Just give me for a reward. 6 Hellfire Forges. Let's go make this Demon Will Aura Gauge. aura gauge. Okay, we have our demon will aura gauge. So we can see the will in the chunk. As soon as I walk in here, we see some. Yeah, we can see one of them. Unfortunately, I have no way to actually get that out of the chunk at the moment. So, yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Because in order to get this stuff, the only way to get it is from growing it. And the only way to get this is from those. I'm hoping this next quest gives us some as a reward. I have to hold them all again anyways, and I don't have all 4! I hate myself right now. Hi, Editor Wolf here for the 3rd time in this video. What I should have done at this point was, instead of sitting here and going through all the processes of redoing the rituals to get the crystals to grow from the demon crystallizer, what I should have done was simply stick my Tartaric gem into one of the crucibles. Because the gem I had burned through the will on had actually been my demonic will, I should have had enough will in the gem to be able to regenerate the crystal I had before I broke it. If you make the same mistake I did, if you do that with your demon will crystal specifically, you can regenerate from your Tartaric gem by simply putting it in one of the crucibles. If you do it with any of the other gem clusters, then you will have to redo the entire cycle. This I did not realize, so I went through the entire process of redoing the rituals with the demon crystallizer and everything. That took a while. Okay, attempt number 2 at this. I'm going to go ahead and set up all of these before we actually feed them anything, so that we can get everything we need off of them. So on this one we will feed corrosive. And on this one we will feed destructive. As for these two, you are going to get the steadfast. And you will get our vengeful. So now once I connect these up, we should be collecting all of them, and they will go into the drawers and then into these. As long as I do it right. Yeah, and you can see our will gauge in the top left is maxed out already. The way this works, we have our demon will cluster. Go ahead and place it down where we had it. Our destructive will go right here. Corrosive will go here. Steadfast will go. I need a conduit facade, and we will put you there. And vengeful will go there. But as they grow, you will see them breaking off. And it should generate more than it uses. Should. But I don't think it's like perfectly guaranteed. I think we're already having problems with this one, which is really annoying. Oh, you know what it is? It would help if I do that. Now we should be good. Now we should have permanent will in the chunk. Now the chunk doesn't hold a lot of each will, but what it does with this is that we do not have to go farm will anymore. Because if I let this stuff sit here and generate for a little while, you will see it fill up the chunk. But then once I can go upstairs and actually filter a Tartaric gem into the Hellfire Forge, it will refill the gem in the forge. And by the way, this whole setup me in right here like this is why I offset everything. Because like I mentioned, for whatever reason, the crystals will only ever grow above the ritual itself. And because all our structures are even sized, it's not going to fit properly putting it in the middle. So it's offset. But we should start seeing these ramping up. As you can see, we already have more than we started. Heck, we already have 11 of these Demon Will crystals and 20 of these destructive. And I believe each of these actually holds 4. I went ahead and threw some void upgrades on these. There are 32 stacks. If we get to that many, then I'm not worried about it anyway. Now, I know you can increase production by using passive mobs down here and using multiple different kinds. Since I'm not super worried about that at the moment, and the way I work, I fill up passive buffers anyways, I'm just going to leave it like this for a while. If I find I need more, then I will adjust. But, there we go. We have our passive will. Let me go get some conduit facades, close all this in, and we can call that done. But that means we have to comment our Tartaric gem back, and this one gave us, what was it, 6 Hellfire Forges? Nice! That saved me so much crafting right there. So, we can now craft the crystallizers, which we are going to need for various things, as well as the Greater Tartaric Gem, which I actually have in the box up here. One more. You gonna recognize it? No? You're really gonna make me empty this? Is it because I've already used it? Oh. Well, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to make more of them later anyway. So, I'm not worried about that. What we need are these angelic silicon crystal mixtures. Now, with this, we can get one of the 4. I'm not really worried about which one we get. But what we need to be able to make are these silicon mixtures. We need energized silicon, which come from glowstone and silicon, which is silicon boules, which is sandy silicon compound. The heck is this craft? Freaking 27 steps to make one item. Hey, grief. I guess I'm gonna be making just a whole bunch of these. It makes 4 per in the precision sawmill. Or I can just use a sawmill. I have one of those sitting around somewhere. Ah, grief, that's a pain in the butt to craft. So then we just stick them in an induction smelter and then cook them. But we also need infused silicon, which is going to be redstone. And we need electrosilicon, which is going to be that electrodine. Now, how many of these do I need? No, okay, so we need 9 of these. Which means I need 9 of each of these for the moment. It's what, 27? That's not terrible. Let's see what I can do. Okay, we have everything for our 9 angelic silicon crystal mixture. This is our 9 of those to give us our block. Which, in the end, we just need that. We need our gateway key, which we have. We need a corallium plate. And we need this crystallized mana cluster. We need 9 of these, which come from mana diamonds, or rune of mana gives me 3. What is rune of mana? Mana steel and mana diamonds and a bunch of mana. Well, this is going to be annoying. Mana diamonds aren't cheap. Look at that, it just emptied our pool. And yes, I know, I could get better mana gen. We will be getting better mana gen soon. That should be more than enough. And there's our 9 crystallized mana to give us a crystallized mana cluster. Now with our Dread-Plagued Gateway key, I should be able to... let's just take that one. I don't know which one of those I'm actually going to end up needing. Oh. I have to make another tertiary gem. Because it needs to complete the quest. Oh, very annoying. There we go. That completed the quest. And now I have to. But that means I can now, with a couple of those Demon Will crystals, we can craft Taggarath's Relian, whatever the hell name that is, Gateway Key. Requires 2,000 will. What we're going to do is, we're going to condense down into this one gem. So if I put this in there, it's going to empty the will out of the chunk. As you can see, there we go. I don't really want it to do that much. We're going to go ahead and add our items in, put it in, and then take it back out. Because otherwise it's going to eat through all the will in our chunk and we're not going to have enough stuff sitting around. So I'll go ahead and put that back in there. But that means we have our key. We got it! We got it! We're moving on to another chapter. Get some Blacker Lotus from that, for Britannia stuff. I really haven't bothered with any of this stuff because it really doesn't matter right now. Well, I guess that one does, but I have wood and grass and stuff, and that does not play well with lava. So I'm gonna have to... I'll make these and probably just... Or make this and probably just toss it in a box. See if I can do something with it later. Crystallizers. I know I need them. I know I need to set it up for an on-demand system, but I really don't want to at the moment. We are moving into this chapter next time. And in this chapter, we are at the end of Abyssal Craft. It's the last area of Abyssal Craft before we are done. And then it's just Britannia for a whole mess of all this stuff before we move into Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft is going to be a real pain because I do not intend to do the Cheater's Thaumonomicon for research. I probably should because the research is annoying as hell, but I don't intend to. I might. It decides on how demotivated I get. But yes, we are headed to whatever the hell dimension this guy's in. Where are we going to? Shift right click, use it in the Dreadlands to create a portal to Omethal. That's where we're going. But for now, that's be it for this time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm happy. We got our will set up. I've been wanting this. I don't have to give a crap about will anymore, which means I can actually set up all the passive systems for our Hellfire Forges. I've been waiting to do that, but at the same time, I've been really wanting to. Because the reagents are the ones that are a real pain in the butt. Mostly because of the will. But you know what? Now that we have our automatic will set up, I'm going to go through and probably take a couple of videos worth of time to actually get everything fully set up. Because I'm going to set each of them up kind of like I did up here with buffers. So these ones each have 4 stacks. I might need to raise that one. These ones I think are okay. These ones are at 2 and these are at 1. I don't think the reagents really reuse themselves all that much. So most of those ones I might just set them up with like a couple stacks and leave them at that for now. I also got to do our tier 4 essences. Particularly Tenebrae and Potency seem to be the ones we use the most. So, yeah. This is going to be fun. And these guys will get moved elsewhere for on-demand stuff. Because I don't think we're going to have a whole lot left for actually on-demand setups in them. But we'll see. We'll find out. As I said, for now, that's going to be it for this time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. I don't know what my network looks like at the moment. Oh, it's full. Oh, I can't complain. Hey guys, Editor Wolf here for the final time in this video. Just want to let you guys know that after this video, there's going to be a 2 to 3 week gap until the next Divine Journey 2 video. That is nothing on the actual pack itself, it's just I am mildly burnt out after all the automation and everything, and I still have several things to try to set up between now and our next video, including a lot of the automations I've been putting off until now. I could do it as a live stream, and I just might in one of our upcoming weeks, but we'll see how that goes. For now, there's going to be another game being played on Wednesdays during our normal time for this video. That is going to be, what is it called? Librarian. Tidy up the Arcane Library. Something really simple, really short, really easy to play through, and I might actually only get one video out of it, so who knows. But for now, thank you guys for watching for so long. This has been episode 50 of Divine Journey 2, making it amongst probably the top 5 longest series on my channel. Thank you guys for every single second of that. But for now, that's all I got for you guys. I will see you guys when we come back.